Google's official I/O 2026 recap ranked WebMCP number 1, built-in AI number 2, and skills in Chrome number 3. I ran all three against 1,200 real invoice PDFs from a live client pipeline. The ranking flipped. Hard. WebMCP scored 0. Gemini Nano hit 71% field accuracy and hallucinated VAT numbers on 14% of samples. The update Google barely mentioned, Gemma 3, hit 89 at 0 marginal cost. Most recaps read the keynote back to you. I'm Lazar. I ship these pipelines for clients weekly. Here's what the benchmark actually said. Let me set up the test so you know the numbers are real. 1,200 Serbian invoice PDFs, mixed, scanned, and native, pulled from a live client automation that runs on NADN. Same pipeline for every run. The only thing I swapped was the extraction step, the piece that reads the PDF and returns structured fields, supplier name, VAT number, line items, totals, dates, everything downstream, validation, categorization, database write, stayed identical. That means any accuracy difference comes from the model, not the plumbing. Baseline was GPT-4o Mini at 94% field level accuracy, which is what the client actually pays for today. Now the three I/O 2026 updates. WebMCP first, because Google put it on top. WebMCP lets a browser expose tools to an agent through the Model Context Protocol. Cool for consumer agents clicking around a web page, completely useless for a headless backend workflow that ingests a PDF from a shared drive. There is no browser in the loop. WebMCP scored 0 on this benchmark, not because it's broken, because it's the wrong tool. Google didn't say that part. If your automation runs on a server, WebMCP is not for you. Update 2, built-in AI, which is Gemini Nano shipped inside Chrome. I wired it through a headless Chrome instance, so I could actually call it from N8N. Speed was excellent, roughly 400 milliseconds per invoice. Accuracy landed at 71% on field extraction. The killer was hallucinated VAT numbers on 14% of samples, plausible-looking 11-digit strings that were completely invented digits that were completely invented. In a finance pipeline, that's not a rounding error. That's a compliance incident. You'd need a second model just to validate the first. Update 3, the one Google buried in a side session, was Gemma 3.4b quantized to Q4. I ran it locally on a home server, 24 gigs of VRAM, Ubuntu on WSL, plugged straight into the same N8N node. 89% field accuracy. VAT hallucination rate under 2%, because the quantization preserved the numeric grounding better than Nano's aggressive distillation. Latency was 2.1 seconds per invoice, slower than Nano, faster than a round trip to a cloud. API on a bad day. And here's the number that matters for a small business. Marginal cost per invoice, 0. Electricity is already sunk. Compared to GPT-4o Mini, at roughly 0.04 cents per invoice for this task. The break-even sits around 800 invoices per month. Any client above that volume, the local Gemma 3 setup pays for the hardware inside a quarter and then runs free. If you want to see the kind of document pipelines we actually ship for clients, real integrations that run 24/7, head to bizflowai.io. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next benchmark lands in your feed.